We heard this already. Almost half of the CO2 emissions of the European Union is caused by two sectors. It's how we move, and it is how we power up our everyday life. The good news is all is changing there. We heard this already as well. So electricity is getting green, and transport is getting fully electric. But we often think about these two segments in parallel, but instead they have to be thought through in sync. Cars play a very crucial role by stabilizing the grid. So we have to make sure that cars are parking and charging while the sun is shining and while the grid is ready for it. And at the same time, of course, it is allowing electric cars to get not only cheap, but green. And in all of that, the charging infrastructure plays a fundamental role. We talked about charging already, and what's always forgotten, and that's what we tackle, is the overseen segment of semi-public charging. The semi-public space has a huge need for chargers. There are 7 million chargers we need by 2030, only in companies, in hotels, and multifamily homes. And this is not much of a surprise. Half of the population in Europe lives in apartment buildings and not in a private home. And at the same time, more than 60% of employees commute to work with their car. So we have to make sure that we charge the vehicles at the employer, and at the same time, this is also the time when the sun is shining, and therefore when we allow the car to consume solar electricity. You all know people from the public space, you all know people from the private space, but nobody knows companies from the semi-public space. Why is that? The private space is one that is relatively easy to install and to service. There's one charger, there's one home. The public space is one that's very centralized. The semi-public space is operationally hell. In the semi-public space, you have different buildings, you have complex infrastructure, you have different assets in the building already. You have millions of electricians in Europe that are untrained. And that's what we change. So we found out with the course of the time that in order to scale, we have to enable every electrician out there. We do that with our app. The Reev Installer app takes an electrician less than 60 seconds to onboard a station, and the whole journey doesn't stop there, but it only starts there. The moment stations have to get service, and in the end, the promise is that they're always up and running, we have to make sure that they are getting serviced well. And we do that with our new AI-based smart recovery tool, so doing all the groundwork by automatically bringing stations up online again. But sometimes there's an electrician needed who goes there, replaces a charger, and then we make it as easy as possible to them to do so. There's 3,000 electricians, by the way, who are using the products today already. The heart or the center of our product is then the platform. What our platform does is that any semi-public charging space, no matter if it's a small company or a large enterprise, if it's a hotel or a multifamily home, can use our platform to invite drivers, to allow them to pay for the sessions. But since last year, we also allow them to integrate into a building. We connect to more than 200 different vendors, no matter if it's a charging station or a solar system or battery. And what we are just about to launch is that by end of the year, everybody of our operators can activate with one click a smart electricity tariff from our platform. So any operator can activate dynamic tariffs, and we'll again end-to-end optimize the whole journey. I'm Eduard. I'm the founder and CEO of Reev. The vision we have is that we do not only build the next charging platform, but that we build the backbone of electrification. We closed our Series A last year, a 10 million euros round backed by Blue Earth and Future Energy Ventures. And what we do is not theory, but it's practice. We started 2018. We have more than 7,000 customers live. We are with that the market leader in the German space, or in the German market, which is the biggest one in Europe. We just launched in France and Benelux. We will have 7 million euro ARR this year. We're going to attack more than 10 million next year. In order to do so, we of course always look for partners and capital. So in case you like what you just heard, happy to talk. Thank you very much.